Be ready. 10 seconds to go. Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, perhaps the most important day in the calendar for the government is the day the budget is presented. In fact, from the people's point of view, it is the day when the people look forward to with great expectation. This year, we will spend about rupees 20 lakh crore, and next year, the government plans to spend more than rupees 21 lakh crore. Sir, 10 days after the budget session started, we are forced to begin a discussion in the last couple of hours of the last day of the session. I think it is a very sad commentary on the way the government organizes its business in the parliament. This debate will spill over to the resumed session after 4-5 weeks, and by that time, most of the people would have lost interest in the budget. I make this comment because I think this should not be repeated in future. In the budget session, immediately after the President's address is discussed and the motion of thanks is passed, we should take up the general discussion on the budget and spend adequate time. Sir, in the limited time that I have, I wish to make just a few major points. I am not going to burden this house with numbers. I know that the government is dazzled by the numbers. In fact, it is holding out one number to dazzle the people of India for nearly 2 years, and now when that number began to crumble, they no longer talk about numbers. Although their ministers here do not believe their central statistical organization, but I would like to believe the CSO. Sir, the government inherited an economy which in the last 2 years of the UPA government grew by 6.1% and 6.9%. These are the numbers of the Central Statistical Organization. If you do not believe your CSO, sack him. You have sacked a number of people. You can sack the CSO also. If you believe the CSO, do not repeat any other number, repeat the correct number. The average for the first 5 years of UPA government was 8.5%, and the average for the 10-year period was 7.5%. Therefore, you have a certain objective, and I compliment you for that. You want to raise the growth rate beyond 7.5%. That is a good ambition to have. In fact, everyone in this house would want the growth rate to be lifted to 8.5 or even to 9%. I have no doubt in my mind that the Prime Minister wants high growth. I have no doubt in my mind that the Finance Minister wants high growth. In the first couple of years, you revised the methodology in which GDP is calculated, and then proclaimed that you have achieved 7.6% and 7.5%. Let us accept that for the sake of argument. It is now unanimously accepted that under the old methodology that 7.6% and the 7.5% of your first 2 years would translate only to about 5.5% or 5.7%. Now we enter the third year. The economy is growing. I am not denying that. In fact, I have said on many occasions that India is amongst the fastest growing large economies in the world. It is not the first time that we have achieved this distinction. We achieved that distinction during the tenure of the UPA government also. If you have achieved this distinction, I am happy. We are all happy. But through the year, especially 2016 calendar year, you made a series of mistakes capped by the most terrible mistake in India's economic history, and that is demonetization. As a result of that, you have interrupted the India's growth story. You are struggling to find justification for what you did. You are fumbling, you are bumbling, you are scrambling, and you are inventing a new narrative every day. Look at the impact of that. I am not talking about demonetization. In the budget that the finance minister presented for 2017-18, he is projecting a certain GDP figure. He is assuming it on the basis of the revised estimates of the year that will come to an end, that is 2016-17. My first question is, where did he get that revised estimate from? The CSO has not published a revised estimate. We always accept a revised estimate or the advance estimate of the CSO and then project the growth for the next year. As far as I am able to gather, this is the first time when the CSO has only published an advance estimate. The budget document assumes a revised estimate and then on that estimate projects a certain growth rate. Every analyst has seen through the numbers and questioned your GDP number. Now, after projecting a certain GDP number, neither the Prime Minister nor the Finance Minister is willing to put a number on the GDP growth rate. It is because you are not sure how much the economy will grow in the year that will come to an end, and you are not sure how the economy will grow in 2017-18. Stop.